Let's go, let's go, let's go. Week 7 waiver wire pickups is here. Sleazeball here. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you guys are new, make sure you scroll down below, smash that like, smash that subscribe. It helps me out a ton. Try to bring you the best fantasy football to help you win your league weekly. And the injuries just don't stop, man. Another crazy week 7 catastrophe, week 6 catastrophe, man. It's just, you lost CMC at halftime. You lost Justin Fields in the second quarter. You lost Jimmy G. I don't know if that really, matters to your fantasy football team that much. You lost, who else? Kyren Williams. 23 points. He goes down at the end of the game. So it's going to be a big waiver wire pull here this week. I'm going to give you my 12 best players because I base my stuff off of 12-man leagues and competitive 12-man leagues. You're not going to find 10-man league players, 8-man league players, nothing like that. And then I'm going to give you 5 to 6 players maybe think about because I tweet out my waiver wire list before, and all these updates have hit since then, like the James Robinson update. I don't have him on here, but something to think about also. I'll talk about that at the end. You had Julio Jones. You had a bunch of things happen all within the hour. So let's get into it here. Let's get it started. Number 1 waiver wire pickup. Yes, he is available in a couple of my 12-man leagues because last week he was dropped. So now it is going to be the elite baller tiers. My baller tier is also the highest tier, right? So ballers tier up here at the top. Roschon Johnson will be my number 1 target this week. It's still going to be hard to play him though for me. If you look at what Deontay Foreman did last week, it was ugly. Justin Fields was out. He saved his game at the end. They do get the Raiders. We don't know who's going to be playing quarterback for the Bears though. They haven't ruled out officially Justin Fields yet, but it looks like he's doubtful, and that's not good early in the week. But Roschon Johnson, either way, going forward with Khalil Herbert on IR will be a good, solid play for you, maybe flex play weekly at this point. So he should be your number 1 target if he is available on your wire. Number 2, there's a lot of baller tiers this week. Number 2, Jeff Wilson Jr. So last week, practiced a little bit. They brought him off IR. He's ready to roll this week, hopefully, is what they're saying. And if you look at the Dolphins offense, man, even Salvin Ahmed got 10-plus points last week behind Mostert's 30 bomb, right? So if you ever look at Devon Achane when he was doing 30 points, Mostert would get 12 points. If you were looking at Mostert at the beginning, he would get 20 points, and Salvin Ahmed would get 10 points. The backup running back for the Dolphins is a RB2 at this point, a flexible start play almost every week. So, and I expect Jeff Wilson is a better running back than a normal backup, right? So I expect a 60-40 split when he comes back healthy. He may even take the role. They're so weird with Mostert, no matter how good he's playing, and they still just don't trust him or something when there's good backs there. So I like Jeff Wilson a ton as my number 2 waiver wire pickup. Number 3 is not going to be Elijah Mitchell. Okay. It is Jordan Mason with the CMC news right now. He has an oblique and a rib injury. I am checking Twitter 24 mother bleeping 7 to try and figure out what's going on here with this guy because I just traded for him last week in a monster league. And if he is not in, I honestly do not believe that it will be Elijah Mitchell. I believe that Jordan Mason, past 2 games, 2 straight touchdowns, he's looked better as a running back, and Elijah Mitchell just looks slower. He looks like the injuries have got to him a little bit. They've nagged him out. If CMC is down, this is a monster, absolute killer pickup for 2 weeks. So the Niners bye week is week 9. So you'll have week 7, week 8. They might rest him 2 weeks, get the bye week, get him healthy, get him ready to roll. But if you get Jordan Mason for 2 weeks, you're sitting on 20 points, 15 points, easy. And they get the Vikings on Monday Night Football. Come on. This could be number 1, in my opinion. But we don't know yet, so I have him at 3. Number 4 is just a running back bonanza, man. Zach Evans, the rookie, came in last week at the end of the game. So Kyren Williams got hurt. Then Ronnie Rivers had a PCI joint and his shoulder go down. He's out for week. They already ruled them both out for this week. So they're done. This guy will also be high on your waiver. You click on Yahoo, ESPN, whatever. You'll see him at the top. I still don't think he is going to hold more value than any of these 3 guys long term. But if you're looking for a 1-week smash, decent running back flex play 100%, this is going to be your guy. And Zach Evans right here. At number 5, dude, he came out, Kareem Hunt. I know that Jerome Ford still saw 17 touches or something, but he got all that in not garbage time. He got all that at the end of the game. Kareem Hunt came out as the starter to open the game. He came out as the starter at the halftime, or coming out the third quarter. He had a touchdown, a very nice touchdown run against a stout Niner defense. It's whenever you get a rushing touchdown versus Niners, you should be happy. And they look like this was without Deshaun Watson. So, I mean, if they get Deshaun Watson back, this offense will click even more. The Browns defense looks nasty, like really good. Top 5, top 3 good. I didn't know they were going to play that good versus the Niners. They came out just lit. And Kareem Hunt looks like a flexible play now weekly from here on out. So I like Kareem Hunt as my number 5 pickup this week. Number 6, heading out of tier 1 because we don't know here either. So if Jahmyr Gibbs is out, which they said it looks like he's trending to playing. So, I mean, he's been out for 2 weeks. And they signed another, practice squad guy today. I forget his name, Bo something or whatever it was. But Craig Reynolds, if Jahmyr Gibbs is out, will be a smash play. I mean, any Lions running back you get is going to get 15, 20 touches. They're going to find the end zone. The Lions offense always moves. They get the Baltimore Ravens. The Ravens defense has been decent versus the run, but they're bad versus the pass. I could see Craig Reynolds dumping one in from like the 3 to 4 yard line, something like that. I think he's a flexible play as well, too. So the waiver wire is going to be cracking tonight, actually, for like the first time for like competitive 12-man leagues, for sure. Number 7 waiver wire pickup. All this guy is doing is scoring, man. Curtis Samuel. I said last week that he's going to have a better week than all 3 wide receivers. He actually did. That was a crazy hit for me. But I knew Atlanta was good on the outside and weak versus slot and the tight end. But dude, Curtis Samuel looks like Sam Howell's like go-to guy lately. I know that Terry McLaurin's had a decent week also, but Curtis Samuel's looks are through the roof. So I'm pulling up his targets real quick because I don't have this dialed into my head to know it all right now. So Curtis Samuel on the year 12, 20, 27, he has 33 targets for a wide receiver 3 on the team, which you would think Jahan Dotson and Terry McLaurin would have. He has back-to-back touchdowns, 7 targets, 4 targets, 40 yards, 60 yards. He's still producing, and he even gets rushing attempts also. So, you're also going to get the 2 carries. He might break a reverse here and there. He still has the speed. I like Curtis Samuel as my number 7 waiver wire pickup this week. Number 8, I still see him on some wires. It's mind-blowing. I know he didn't have a big week, but Matt Stafford is now with the Cooper Kupp, Puka Nacua look. I know they lost Kyron, like we said. But with these 2 wide receivers, and Higbee hasn't really done much since they've come back. I mean, he has a 20-point, especially if you have like a bonus league of like 300-yard passing or, 40-yard bombs. He has a massive potential to be a weekly starter of 20 points weekly with these guys. Sean McVay calls it an amazing offense. His play calls are through the roof. I mean, he's coaching a gem season. No, I did not think the Rams would even be competitive. Got to give him credit there. I like Matt Stafford at number 8 this week. At number 9, blow him up, Rashid Shaheed, guys. This guy may be taking over the number 2 spot in New Orleans. I mean, Michael Thomas is still seeing a decent amount of targets, but Rashid Shaheed is always that deep threat bomb guy. He saw 6 targets last week, which is tied or his second most in the season. He saw 7 in week 4 versus Tampa, but 85 yards, got a touchdown. They also, for the first time, are giving him reverses like Curtis Samuel. This is something you'd like to see for a receiver because the Saints are just gadgeting stuff to work. Their offense looks, it looks bad. They have a lot of weapons. It doesn't look good. I don't know if Carr's still hurt from that injury or what's going on, but Rashid Shaheed is going to be a DFS play for me that I like a ton this week, especially going Jacksonville Thursday night, short week. T-Law's kind of banged up. I like Rashid Shaheed at number 8 this week, or tier 1, number 8. Number 10, sorry, that was number 9. Number 10, Michael Mayer. I don't know how much I really like this pickup, but his volume uptick has me paying attention to it. So the beginning of the season, he was getting 30% snaps, splitting with Hooper, 35% snaps, 40% snaps. Last week, 72%, busted his first 10-point game of his career. And it was without, I know Jimmy G got hurt like halftime or was the late second quarter. With the tight end position being the struggle that it is, seeing 6 targets is amazing. He had 5 receptions, 75 yards with Hoyer. I wouldn't like waste it. If you're in Dynasty, yeah, he's not on the wire, right? Obviously, it's Dynasty, but if you're a redraft, I wouldn't spend that much fab on it, but if he's there, like, say, the wire passes or something, maybe something to grab just because I wanted to throw a tight end on there because the position's driving everyone crazy. I can't figure it out, so heading down to tier 2, the only guy that's going to make tier 2 here, Sam Howell. This guy just and somehow gets it done every time. Like, I don't know why. Like, he's still like I see quarterback rankings with him where he's like bottom of the barrel, 30th or 28 or whatever it is. This guy puts up almost like 275 passing yards a game. So look at this: 299, 300, 388. He had an ugly game versus Atlanta last week when yardage wise and no touchdowns or 3 touchdowns, but only 151 yards. So that they got ahead, they pounded the run a little more. That won't happen all the time with Washington. That was versus Atlanta. It may happen again versus New York this week, but his schedule down the stretch versus good teams, which the passing volume will be there, is phenomenal. So look at this. He has Seattle week 10, Dallas week 12, Miami week 13, Rams week 15, Jets week 16, Niners week 17. Those are all games where they'll be behind and the passing volume will be phenomenal. He is almost to the point now where he's like startable 12-man, 1 QB guy, especially with the injuries that are happening. Jesus. So, I like Sam Howell as my tier 2 number 11. Number 12, it is going to be the guy that no one wants. It looks like a Halloween scary picture right now. Kadarius Toney, first touchdown of the year, and all of a sudden it looks, it does look like Rashee Rice is taking that wide receiver 1 spot, but he has seen back-to-back 6 targets, and that's decent. And that they're starting to look for him in the reverse game now too. He's had 3 carries in the past 2 games. He had 2 carries in the first 4 games, so it's obviously picking up the Kadarius Toney usage. He's a playmaker if he's ever healthy, and he's been healthy. I just think they're slowly figuring out how to use him. And if you can get a Chiefs weapon for free, I'd take it all day, any day. I think it's a stash play. They get the Chargers, number 1 worst versus the pass this week. It's just so hard to know who's going to pop off for the Chiefs. But he's a definite flex play for me. They get Miami and Philly coming up, like I said, with, same thing with Sam Howell. They have games where it's pass-heavy scripts. So something to definitely look about with Kadarius Toney here on the wire. So that's it for my top 12. I give you 12 for the 12-man league. These are names to think about right here. So I'm just going to put them all in the sleeper category together. Zay Jones looks to be healthy coming back off injury. Julio Jones signs with the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, I know that everyone's going to go out and waste their fab. Don't do it, man. He's 34 years old. This is more of like a, playoff threat play here, I think, from Philly. His injury risk over his end of his career, please don't go blow tons of fab or a high waiver spot on this guy. But if you can snag him, for free late after the wire's over tomorrow, whatever it is, or claim him, I think that's something you should be looking at. Gardner Minshew now with Anthony Richardson out for the season, still threw for 300 yards. He threw a ton of picks, which was ugly. He has Cleveland this week. It's definitely not a start this week. Cleveland's defense is phenomenal. But they pass the ball nonstop. Michael Pittman, Josh Downs, Alex Pierce all run the most routes in the league as a trio. They're crazy. Crazy pass numbers. Even Zach Moss and JT all get looks in the pass game. The attempts of 35, 40 plus will always be there with him. He will be a solid play down the stretch. Not yet. And that's the same thing with Josh Downs here. So Josh Downs is only on one of my wires in my 5 12+ man leagues. But if he's still out there, definitely should be looking to grab him. Kyler Murray, there's no update yet, but they're going to sneakily start popping in soon here, week 8, week 9. I'm going to say around there, you're going to start to get the updates of is he going to come back and play a little bit? They're going to trade him before the deadline. There's a lot of speculation going on with Kyler Murray right now. If you can IR stash him right now, I would do that 100%. Marvin Mims, the Denver Broncos have Jerry Jeudy and Sutton on, they want to get him on the trade block, try and make a move, something before the trade deadline happens here. That would boost Marvin Mims up. So you can pay attention to him if you have a spot. And then I keep doing this guy, and we got a little update from the Bills, Leonard Fournette. And then I guess he didn't go visit Fournette, but there is a couple teams supposedly interested. And with the injury rate right now that is going on, you could see Big Lenny finding a spot somewhere. I don't know if this guy's out of shape or whatever it is or something, but if the Rams are willing to sign guys off the practice squad and not even look at Leonard Fournette, that makes me worried. But I still think he's got enough juice left in the tank for running back 2 backup flex plays somewhere on one week. I don't know. Hoping it happens. I don't know what's going on with Lenny. He didn't even get the visit. So that is it for my week 7 waiver wire, guys. As always, if you have any questions, comments, anything, drop it down below. I'll answer them as fast as I can. And as always, if you like the content, like and subscribe. Help your boy out. It helps me a ton. And I will catch you guys in the next one, man. Peace.